Hey, you guys, it's me, Bonnie, your host of the Grieving Girl podcast. And today we have the one, the only, the true hun of Philadelphia, Lori Daly. Woo,
Hey,
yes.
hon.
Hey, hun. For anybody watching, I am wearing my Lori t shirt. I told her I wouldn't show the embarrassing photos on it, but she just had a birthday recently and we got t shirts made to celebrate her day. Um, so Lori, who is my Aunt Lori, um, how is your new decade treating you so far?
Great. I mean, yeah, great so far. I started off very emotional, but yeah, I mean, I've been shown so much love this
Yes.
like in the month of July. It was just like a whirlwind.
Yeah. July, actually, I thought about that recently. I usually hate July, and I still do hate July. I'll always hate July, but I felt like this July was like there was June actually felt worse, and
Yeah.
July felt very fun.
Yeah.
And I just wonder if
Yeah.
someone was like, please have fun in July.
Yeah. Yeah. I was almost like I was overwhelmed. I was
Yeah.
overwhelmed. Yeah.
Was it because you're like 50 now and you're like can you pinpoint why you were overwhelmed or
I think I was overwhelmed because I didn't expect to be just shown like that much love. You know what I mean? Like not that I felt like I didn't deserve it. It was just like wilder than like my expectations really. Like
well, you go
the
above and beyond for all of your people all the time. So it should be reciprocated and you
I know,
deserve
but
to
like
be
it
celebrated.
wasn't expected. And it was definitely more than I ever like expected it to be. So
Well,
like between
good.
the new car and weekend away with you guys and like big gifts and surprise party, a tiki boat, like it was just crazy.
Disney Express Tiki Boat.
Yes.
That was very
Every
funny.
year I suggest that for our Huns video and they turn me down. Every
So
year.
they gave you your Disney princess tiki boat birthday. For your
Yes, yes,
50th birthday, you had a Disney themed 50th birthday.
yes, yes.
Who's the Disney adult now?
That's right.
Um, what was I just gonna ask you? How is the new car?
It's lovely.
How's it driving?
It's beautiful. It's so quiet. It sings when you back up or when you pull up to something because it's so quiet. It has to like make that noise to alert people you're coming.
That's so funny.
Yeah. It's
So
my
your
favorite thing
car
about it.
sings.
It literally is like, ah.
And pretty soon, all the cars on the road will be singing.
Yeah, like the hybrids. They're so
Yeah,
quiet. Yeah.
that's really funny. Um, Very good. Well, last episode, Adam did the rose, the bud, and the thorn for my birthday interview. So now, because we have another birthday that has come and gone, what was your rose, your bud, and your thorn for your 50th birthday?
Oh, my
Your thorn would
rose.
be last year, the worst part of the year. Your bud is something you've like, it started last year and it's going to bloom in your 50th year. And then the rose is like the best thing that happened last year.
Yeah. I mean, the best thing that happened last year was, well, Victoria Rose graduated from
She did.
college. That was a biggie. Like
Yes.
watching that success unfold,
Yes.
um, and like the culmination of it all. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
years
you're like,
of everything that we went through.
I
Right.
got a child from from pre-K to
Yes.
college graduation with all of
Yes.
her things and her full
Yes. A
ride.
visually impaired child.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I guess that would probably be the rose. The bud leading into this year is I feel like I've just like let go of a lot of things.
Mm,
Definitely like giving myself a little grace to let the grip of certain things soften.
yeah.
Yeah. Like wanting to be perfect, wanting to do all the things, wanting to please all the people, wanting to be everything for everybody all the time. Like it's
Yeah.
not attainable. Yeah.
No. It's too much.
Yeah. Definitely like focusing on the big stuff.
Yeah.
Um, the important stuff, which is really the everyday. living of the people that you love in your life. And the thorn, I guess, was like, at my birthday, there was like a lot of guilt. I
Mm.
had a lot of guilt of like, you try not to cry. Um,
We cry
like
all
you,
the time here.
I know.
Welcome to the crying cast.
I know. And I wore Cocoa Blue for my girl.
Yeah.
Like you see you're planning, you're moving into this next decade. And 50 has always really been big in my mind for me. Like when,
Mm.
like 50 was like, God willing, that's your halfway point in life, right? Like God willing, we're living longer to our hundreds and if you're lucky enough. But kind of this guilt approaching this birthday, and it's probably why I cried so much the day of the boat and the party, was like you almost feel like you're moving on without them,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like
Yes.
there was this lifetime, and my mom passed right before I turned 40. So like stepping into that decade without her. And then there was this lifetime between like 40 and 45. And then it was like now I'm stepping into this decade without my sister. And it's a feeling of just like I'm moving on without them,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, oh, like some guilt about it for sure. But once I was like home and had a chance to process everything and all, I thought to myself, like there was this moment at my party where all of my girlfriends joined hands and sang Last Dance to me.
God, were they trying to kill you?
Right. Right. Obviously, because I sang that to her on her 60th. Right. So,
Hans, what the
but
heck?
I thought to myself, really, they were just trying to honor her,
Sure.
you
That's
know?
very sweet.
Yeah. So, not necessarily so much like I'm moving on without her, but that I can like let the grip soften a little bit because it's never going to go away.
No.
It just kind of like the grip softens and then still honor my life with them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the thing about like both grief and joy can coexist.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
feels shitty sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it feels like you're leaving a life behind. Like I'm stepping into this new decade and, you know,
Well, and it's like the mid-century, it's like that was like
right.
it almost feels like that's the first half and this is the second half and they're like not
Right.
here.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that was a whole different lifetime ago.
Yeah.
Two different lifetimes ago, really,
Yeah.
So,
And I guess for like
yeah.
anybody listening who doesn't know you, like probably doesn't know, like you're also an adult orphan who doesn't have both of her parents, and you've now experienced sibling loss, which we haven't actually really covered on the podcast, a sibling loss.
Yeah.
Um,
It's pretty
yeah,
awful.
so it's definitely like you're going into this like your second half, and like no, they're not here,
Yeah.
even though you have many siblings.
Yeah.
There's, it's still some people are missing. Feels weird.
Yeah. Well, she was also like the sister that lived home with me the
Yeah.
longest. You know what I mean?
The bond was
Just yeah,
different.
she was my person, right?
Yeah. She lived with you, you've lived with her, you guys lived
Yes.
together with your
We
parents.
lived together as adults, we lived together with kids.
Yeah. Yeah, the bond was just different.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
wow, your Huns, they really were like, let's torture her on her birthday.
oh yeah.
If you're
Yep.
listening to this, very sweet. Wow. I would have cried
I
also.
literally just hung my head and swung
Yeah.
my hands and cried.
I would have done the same thing. That song always makes me feel a certain way. And I mean, like any Diana Ross or Donna Summer that come on, I'm like, it's a good song and I'm going to try and dance through it. But wow, it makes me want to cry.
Yeah, for sure.
um, yeah, I guess you're a mid century hun.
I know it, man.
That's the title of the
Yep.
episode.
Mid-century hun.
Mid century hun. Yeah. Um, well, it is Grief Awareness Month. And I
Yes.
was thinking about your unique experience of being an adult orphan and having experienced your sibling loss. And I feel like anybody listening to this has either experienced grief or they like to just like learn more about like what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say, which like is there ever a right thing? I don't know. Um
Mhm.
but what do you wish people knew more? Like sibling loss, I think is like very interesting because sometimes there's like a spouse, sometimes there's children, sometimes there's other siblings. And is there any like light that you could shed on like how you feel like your sibling loss is different than like losing a parent?
Well,
And like
yeah,
anything you could share
I
for the
mean,
other
I
people?
feel like my sibling loss was different from losing my parents, and that both of my parents were sick.
Yeah.
And I almost had a chance to grieve them before they were gone. I started grieving. Obviously, my sibling loss was, well, not obviously, but our loss was sudden and traumatic. And I guess I wish that people understood that it's like I'm never going to be okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be over it. I'm never going to be okay with it. There's never going to be any closure. Um, and that's okay. Like that's just at this point I have to say like that's okay. Like this is just what we're living with.
Mm-hmm.
She was also 18 years older than me. So very much like a mother figure to me in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean there's just no it's very still very surreal.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
very surreal.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. Yeah, that I guess yeah, that's the thing. It's like even she was your sibling, but it's not like you guys were 2 years apart. Where like some siblings are 2 years apart, and someone
Right.
gets sick, and like there's that scenario. But I mean, every scenario is different, and every grief is different. Um, so I was just curious if you like even through like our process, like if there was a time where you felt like I feel like I need to be grieving and feel like I can't, or
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was definitely, I feel like I don't even think I really cried a lot until this past year, like until this
mm,
last like 6 months.
mm,
I just stopped crying. Nothing
yeah.
else was ever sad to me.
Mm,
Nothing. Like I was so numb, that like there to me there was like, well, that's not sad. Like I know sad. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like you feel cold
Yeah.
and almost a little cruel.
Yep.
But I had to be that way not to allow myself to like spiral down and
Yeah.
lose days because I can't, I have kids and you can't afford to just lay down and give up some days. But for sure, for years, I would say that like I don't cry.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so interesting you say that. I kind of have been experiencing that myself of like I now have experienced two parents leave to me suddenly. I mean, like,
right,
apparently my dad was not like, quote, sudden, but like he was
right.
48 years old or however old he was, 48. And, he had a longer end of life experience. I didn't know that. And then, so to me, it was like that. And then my mom was like that. And now, like, I hear people like, and I'm going to sound cold, and I'm acknowledging that. And this is a safe space called the Grieving Girl podcast
Right.
of when you go through losses like that young in age by 32 and you're someone who's 40 still has both grandparents around and your grandparents are dying in their 90s of this beautiful life. I i feel like an asshole, but I'm like, that's a beautiful life. I'm not like,
Mhm.
oh, I is that bad? You know what I
No,
mean?
but on the flip side of that, like they don't want to hear that.
No, no, they
You
don't. So
can't say
it's
right,
like,
right. They don't want to, like your friends don't want to hear you say that because just like we don't want them to say things to us that is like,
right,
like don't tell me to get over it. I'm never getting over it. You know
right,
what I mean? Like, they don't want to hear that because that's their grief. That's
right.
that's
Their
their
life
process.
journey. And
Right.
like, bless up, you had your grandparents for that
Yep.
long. You
Yep.
of that's a beautiful thing. And you obviously
Yeah.
like are gonna have a way deeper connection with your grandparents. All of my grandparents were dead by the time I was 30. So like I had them for that's it.
I don't even think I had one up until I was 18. I didn't, the other three, I never
You didn't
had.
know. Right.
No,
Yeah, so
no.
I find myself now in the space of like my trauma is my trauma.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's valid for me to feel this way because I've lived my experience. But at the same
Right.
time, I'm like, wow, I feel like an asshole bitch girl for being like,
No, I
that's a
mean, I
beautiful
totally
life. And
get
it is
it.
sad. Nobody like wants anybody to like leave this earth. But I'm like, how that is almost the time where I'm like, how beautiful of like a life story to get to
Yeah.
go from the beginning to the end and pass. So like that's what we all wish for and want.
Yeah, for sure. But it's, I mean, it's valid. Like what you're saying is valid. And I've definitely been, I was there for years. Like just like watching a friend cry over telling the story of how their mom died or something like that. And just, I
Yeah.
got nothing. Everyone around me is crying. And like, I would literally say, I'm sorry, I'm broken. So I don't cry.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't want you
Yeah.
to think I'm not sad for you, but I'm broken.
Yeah. Like
Um,
maybe there's like an empathy freeze and maybe it will come back. I don't know.
Yeah. Which was surprising. That's why I was so surprised that like the day of my party and all, I cried the whole day. Just it
Well,
was what it was.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Birthdays are hard.
Yeah. But I do feel like this year for some reason, I mean, is that what it takes? 5 years? Like I've cried more than I have since she first passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there is something to be said about the 5 year mark because I also feel, I mean, I haven't cried as much. Shockingly, I've done all my crying.
Yeah.
But like this year, and maybe it's like, the finishing touches of this journey, which like I have to figure out how I can speak on it without speaking on it too much, but just like
Yeah.
until everything was, you know, signed, it's like I was in the funeral planning stages for 5 years.
Right. Well, you were
Like,
also left with all of the end of life
and it hasn't stopped.
responsibilities. Right.
Like, it's still happening. Like, it's still not done. It will not be done until
Terrible.
mid January, probably. And that will
Yeah.
be 5.5 years. And you just feel like you're still in this like immediate end of life phase with like the paperwork and the planning and the closing of this and that. But like for me and like our experience, like it's just been so
You're stuck.
present that felt like
You're
in a
stuck.
loop. Yeah.
Yeah.
This year, and I think it's just because I like had the answer of like, it's gonna be over. It'll be
Yeah.
over by January. That like I have felt a weight off of me to the point where people have been like, you seem lighter. Like
Yeah.
there is an energy, the aura shifted, like something
Yeah.
happened this year. And I'm like, yeah, finally, I've been like
Yes.
set free.
For sure. I
Been
see
let
it.
out of the funeral parlor of my brain, basically. And it's such
Yeah.
like a niche experience, and so many people have not experienced
Yeah.
that I'm like, I have to figure out how to talk about it or like write about it without writing about it. You know, it'll probably be like a nonfiction novel.
Yeah.
The character's name will be Connie. This is a book about Connie and a tragic event that happens to her. Um, but yeah, the 5 years, I definitely think there's something. And also, like,
Yeah.
it's only been 5 years. It feels like it was yesterday. It's already been 5 years. That's a long time.
Yeah. All of that. All of that. Like that's what I said when I say like it's still like just very surreal. It's just I vivid moments of sitting at her house in her backyard after it happened. But like also it's been 5 years, but like you've missed so much, you've been gone an eternity already. You know what I mean? Like just
Right.
really.
Yeah, I mean, Christy always says, like, Addison's kind of like the visual,
Yeah.
And it's like you look at her and you're like, who's this big, chatty, sassy queen who, like,
Yeah.
5 years ago, she was just a baby crying with a pacifier. Like, she was so little. She was, like, still eating baby food. Like, she was not even walking yet. And now
Yeah.
she can't stop dancing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And
Her
even
hips don't
like
lie.
Even Timmy, like he's a whole adult.
Whole adult, multiple tattoos,
He's going
drives a
to
truck.
graduate this year. And it's like, you feel like, well, how can we go and like celebrate? Again, there's that guilt. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
for sure. 100%.
it's always going to be there. Like I said, the grip will just probably just continue to lessen. It's just always going to be there.
Yeah, 100%. So I guess in this grief awareness question, we've discussed the grip never leaves, and sorry that we're cold, bitchy women. But that's the thing. It's like grief. It's not a one size fits all. This she's grieving, so it looks like this. Like, oh, this girl has depression, so like it's she's sad and she's can't get up and shower in this. It's like even depression has like more of like a linear kind of like it could be this, it could be this, or it could look like this. Grief,
Yeah.
it's just like some people can't pull themselves out of it for years and years and years. Some people mask and, the show must go on. Some people,
Disassociate and move on with life. Right.
right. And I have really tried to feel all the feelings and like let myself go through it. And I literally this year was like, I feel like an asshole because like just in my head, like I've experienced the worst of the worst, and that doesn't make someone else's worst of the worst any worse or less
Right.
worse.
Right.
It's just like I'm like you said, I'm broken. I feel a little broken. And
Right.
like it is what it like and maybe in 3 more years my empathy for certain situations will come back. I don't know. And it's not that I don't have that. It's just I always like have to check myself of being like, this is sad for someone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like,
Right. And it's not that I don't like acknowledge that it's sad. I just didn't cry. I just didn't, it didn't affect me the way that it used to.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's not that we're not acknowledging it's not sad. It is sad. It's just hard for us to physically express that emotion after I think what we've been through. Yeah.
What was my other question? La la la. I'm a list here. Okay. Like, because you were probably one of your first friends, were you the first friend to lose both parents?
I believe I was, yes.
So like do you feel like losing your parents had you at a place where you understood grief in a certain capacity, and then like when you lost Nance it kind of flipped the script a little bit? Like did you feel like grief for me feels like this, no it actually feels like this? Like was it two totally different vibes,
Yes.
or did it feel like oh no it's just happening again?
No, it was two completely different vibes because I had never experienced a sudden traumatic loss.
Okay.
And you like both of my parents were gone by the time I was 39. So, I obviously like my dad had Alzheimer's and I kind of watched him deteriorate. And then, my mom had congestive heart failure. And I knew it was coming. I think I started grieving that loss in December and she didn't actually pass until May. Um, I think to have somebody ripped out of your life suddenly
Mm,
is so much worse.
yeah.
So much worse. Um, and people will say, like, well, isn't it better, like, for instance, if you go to sleep and you don't wake up, isn't that the perfect way to die? Because you don't know it's coming and you don't know what's happening. But and maybe that's true, but it's terrible for everyone around you.
As I say,
It's
for
an
you,
absolute
probably.
nightmare.
Yeah.
An absolute nightmare. So, two completely different kinds of grief. I probably moved on from my parents' deaths easier than I did this
Mm,
because I watched them both kind of wither away.
right. Yeah. And like, they
Yeah.
weren't, it's not like they were really kicking. We wanted them to still be
Right. We
kicking.
didn't
Like,
have like these young, vibrant
right.
person in their golden years with great health. Neither one of them were that way. That had like this great quality of life. Um, So it was polar opposites.
Yeah.
Polar opposites.
Yeah. For sure. It's like crazy. You said they were both gone by the time you were 39, and like you're my aunt, right? So like you always seem like older to me. You're always the fun young one, right? But like I don't think that I even put together that you were only 39 when grandma died, because you're like my sister's or my mom's sister. So like why
Yeah.
in my head
I
am
mean,
I like she's
literally 8 days before Finn's first birthday.
yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm 37, and if my mom would have died 2 years from now, I'd still be too fucking young to not have any parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 32,
Yeah.
too young. 39, still too young. Like you should have your parents into your 50s and 60s.
Right. And you could say, well, take care of yourself. This is like, this is your
Mm-hmm.
sign to take care of yourself. But someone was taking care of themselves. They were
Mm-hmm.
doing all the things they had to do to take care of themselves. And it still happened unfairly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
I
we're certainly, not the only people to ever have something like this happen to. But we're all doing life for the first time.
mhm.
Every single one of us doing life for the first time together, says Amanda from In the City.
Not Amanda. Isn't that the one who she's like being so
Yes,
canceled?
from Summer House. But when she said it, I was like, oh, it's so true. And I texted to Victoria. We're all doing life for the first time.
Absolutely.
And we're all going to have sadness and experience things. And for me and my friend group, like my friends are just now starting to experience their parents with health problems and starting to worry about things like that. And I'm empathetic because I already know what they're about to go through. And there's really nothing I can say to them to make it any better. So,
100%. I
yeah.
know. Like I have people who are now just starting to become one parent less. And I've been doing that since I was 14.
Right.
And
Well, I
it's
mean,
and that's
that's
the
right.
thing. And it's just like, now I'm starting to watch that start to happen. And that is actually probably where my empathy really kicks in. It really like I feel like, yeah, so more so when it's like the older generations.
Right.
Where I'm like,
Right.
that's a beautiful life.
Yeah.
Again, we're still only 37. So like my friends losing one parent, still too young, really.
Yeah.
And like I
Really.
think that's going to change now that we have like what are our statistics of like there are more 40-year-old women than teen pregnancies. And like so that dynamic is going to change down the line of like, well, if I'm 40 and I have a kid, I'll be 80. Hopefully I'm still in good health because we've learned how to take care of ourselves and not smoke and XYZ. But
Right.
like maybe not. So that might start to change for people.
Hmm.
um, but like 37 is still young to lose a parent.
Hmm.
And that I do always feel so much heavier because it's like, oh, I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
Like that is
Yeah.
sad
Yeah.
for
It
sure.
is.
Yeah, when you
And
like,
then,
I know
you
this train
just
that's coming at you.
exactly. Exactly. Like that when like my friends start to like, say about this one's having this health problems or this is happening with this one. Um, I feel bad for them. And like I at one point this summer I did sort of remind them like you're all about to go through what I went through in my 30s. Yeah.
Hopefully they were, supportive and around in your
Oh
30s.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, many of them were. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then you're like, think about that shift of dynamic of like people are having kids and having families and everything's good and dandy, and you're like, I'm literally trying to keep my mom alive in my basement. Poor
Yeah.
Mims.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I
Poor Mims.
know.
Poor Lors.
I dreamt about her last night, her and my dad.
Yeah. Were you
I
stressing
was
about coming on the podcast that everyone
I
was
don't
visiting
know
you?
because the first dream was hold on, it's telling me to turn on reactions. The first dream was we were on Champlain Street and
So
Christy was her current age and Mason was his current age, but you were little. You were like 7 or 8. And Nancy was not home and we were sorting through our Christmas decorations and Christy was saying, I don't think we should put them away because she probably wants them put away a certain way. Um, and then I woke up, and then the next dream was about me being in a show in high school, and my mom and dad were there, but my mom was telling me he couldn't come. Just
Jellicle cat.
and I don't know. Maybe I was stressed out. Maybe the portal's open. Maybe I'm going to win the Powerball.
And only God knows the truth.
Truly.
Yeah, like, well, I
Truly.
wonder why you were dreaming of everyone when you don't necessarily always dream about all of them all in one night.
No, but I didn't see Nancy in my dream. And I never dreamed of my parents together in the same place, which was strange.
I wonder if she wants you to have some of her Christmas decorations. Did you take any?
Nancy's?
Yeah.
I don't think so. The leopard balls.
For the tree? That's what you took? I think we can find you something better down there. I got a lot of stuff I'm probably never going to put out unless my house is a big house in the suburbs.
You all know how many more Christmas decorations I need.
But, Frank can accept these as a gift. They're vintage and they're sentimental. And yeah. Yeah, I think we can find you a better Christmas decoration than the leopard ornaments. Oh my God. All right. Well, I guess I'm trying to think of one other grief awareness statement. Yeah, I think that it's important for people to know that, like, when you're seeing someone going through grief, it's going to look different for everybody. And if you're on your grieving journey and you get to the point, like, I feel like I'm at this new place of, like, don't turn to stone.
Right.
Like, you can't turn to stone on everyone because you've lived a life. And actually, like, the thoughts I was having kind of reminded me of, like, how I interacted with someone after Nancy, and I was like, why the fuck would you say that? Like,
yeah,
you can't say that to someone in their grief. Like, they don't want to hear that. And that's, like, how I was kind of feeling. Like, I wasn't saying it, and I was just, like, I was checking myself of, like, why am I feeling like this? What am I feeling? Whatever. And I was like, you're not allowed to get like that. And, you think about that person's experience and lived experience. You're like, now I kind of understand maybe why they're like that.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's a lot to go through and it's heavy. And, like, sometimes you just, like, get like that. And I'm like, you're not allowed to get like that.
Well, I think your nervous system goes into survival mode.
Yeah.
Like, it's your nervous system just gets like, this is too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have to turn this off.
Yeah. And then
honestly,
you forget. I'm like, it's crazy
for me. Turn it back on.
Yeah. It's crazy for me to be like, in another 5 years, I will probably forget my entire 30th decade.
I hope not.
I mean, I don't remember my teenage years. I don't remember high school. Like, I have to really sit and think about
things
situations.
will, like, unlock memories for me.
Yes.
But also your dad had just passed. So,
Right. And it was like, it's that quintessential, like, well, we never had to worry about you. And I'm like, that was probably a sign that you should have worried about me. Maybe just like a little bit. Like, you're raising, like, a little, like, stage kid who was like, oh, I just got to keep doing it so she's not sad. Like, that's probably the sign to be like, are you okay? Right. Hindsight is 2020. What did we know? I wasn't, like, going out and robbing stores, so everything was fine. Right. But, like, it's that we never had to worry about you, which is like,
because you weren't acting out.
Right. The therapist asked Nancy, was she acting out? And it was like, no, she seems fine. Red flag. Dad just died. High school. Worst, could be your worst years. No, there's no problems. There might be. Yeah. You should ask. But whatever. Yeah. Nobody knows. Nobody knew. It's fine. I'm fine, you guys. But I'm like, when people are like, don't you remember that? I'm like, no, I don't. I don't remember. Probably up until I went to college. I'm like, because it was another big life change. But there's like a lot.
So now you're afraid that you won't remember your 30s because that's when Nancy passed.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some years that you'll be blacked out.
2 years of COVID, and then my entire 30th decade has been surrounding the death of my mother. Yeah. So I told Christy when I turned 40, I want a banger. I said, anything you wouldn't want, I want. He's like, cool, sounds like a great time. I was like, I want a party.
Yeah.
A banger-ranger party. Let it rip. And you know, I'll plan it. It's fine. It's fine.
Plan it.
But I'm like, oh, she'll come out of Daily Details retirement for the party. But I'm like, you know, I'm probably not going to have a wedding. Like, I'm turning 40. My 30s, everyone's like, they're going to be great. Remember that beautiful party Nancy threw me? Thank God.
Yeah.
Then it was like COVID and then she died. It's been horrible. So when I turn 40, we're letting it rip and not one bad thing is going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
For 10 years. If I don't get out of those 10 years scot-free, I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
Checking out.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make it to be a mid-century hunt myself, you know?
Yeah. I highly recommend it. I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah, what's your saying? Something about how good it's going to get?
The universe is showing me how good it's going to get.
Yes. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, every day we can start fresh. Yes.
It's time.
Yes.
No, I've definitely like been blessed in a lot of ways. It's not like my whole life is sadness, you know. But I feel like I'm in a place where we've kind of made it out on the other side for now.
Yeah.
You know, for now. Like you always, I think, always go through expecting like the other shoe to drop now. But I'm ready for some good years.
Yes. For sure. Teddy.
And we deserve them. Where's the ring?
If you actually listen to this, we're talking to you. Can't wait.
It's the wedding.
Oh my gosh, so funny. Yeah.
So.
Well, everyone, happy National Grief Awareness Month to those who celebrate. Yeah. And just remember, literally not one picture of grief looks the same. It's so crazy. Like there's just, everyone is so different.
Yeah. Give yourself some grace.
Yeah. 100%. Well, hon, thanks for joining. Thanks for having me, hon. Yeah, it's about time. I know. Well, at least I like semi kept it together because before this, I don't know. And you know, maybe that's why it took some time. But I've hysterically cried on the microphone, and sometimes you just gotta let it out. Yeah. And that's grief. You're fine, and then you start talking, and your throat chakra unlocks, and then your neck feels like it's gonna pop off, and then you're crying and talking about grief. Yeah. You know? And that's okay. It comes from the inside. Yep. All right. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you do too. I'll be cleaning. Oh, joyous. Mm-hmm. I'll be packing for the shore. Oh, are you going to Huns? Mm-hmm. Oh, have so much fun. Yeah, Hun weekend. Great. So, I hope you have the best time. Gonna go get my eyebrows threaded. Send me lots of videos and pics. I will. All right, everybody. Well, ta-ta until 2 weeks from now. Bye. Bye.